It's time for Caldwell County Tiger Baseball, brought to you by McDonald's, First Southern National Bank, Farmers Bank and Trust Company, Tri-Hughes Incorporated, Fredonia Valley Bank, Caldwell Medical Center, Penny Ryle Rural Electric, Planters Bank, the Princeton Electric Plant Board, Echo Charlie's, Fortner Gas Company, KFC A&W, the Woodall Agency, and La Potosina Mexican Restaurant.
And welcome here to Lexington, Kentucky for the All-A State Tournament third round game. Yesterday's action rained out. Two games have already been played ahead of us today. Winners in the last game were the Raceland team over the defending state champion Louisville Holy Cross, and Caldwell County's upcoming opponent here in this game, the Somerset Briar Jumpers, representing region number 12. The coaches are at home plate with the umpires, exchanging lineups, going over ground rules, and we're going to be set for baseball action. This game was originally scheduled for 12, so it's not, but a little over 30 minutes late by the time we get started. Yesterday was a complete washout. It rained all day here in Lexington. We got here early, probably around 11 o'clock, 11:30 yesterday, and it never stopped raining until 8:30, 9 o'clock last night. So the first two games that were the games, the four games yesterday, are all being played today. Two games, as I mentioned, are out of the way. Lineups are being introduced now for the Tigers today. Shane Burns will be on the mound getting the start for the Tigers. And for Somerset, we understand it's going to be a freshman getting the start, and one of their better players, Cade Grundy, number 3. So baseball action not too far from beginning here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Beautiful day here. Not a cloud in the sky. Just a few wispy clouds in the background. Looking at the dimensions of this park, down the right field line is 318 feet. Down the left field feet, around 320, 321. We can't see it from here. Center field is generally in the 400-foot range. Not marked as I can see it right now, but I've been told that that's what the dimension is. Caldwell County will be in their yellow shirt, white pants, blue hats. Somerset will be in white pants and purple jerseys. And Caldwell County will be the home team, so we'll be taking the field first here.
Bob, I want to remind everybody, and welcome to the broadcast here. We are live stream on the website only on WPKYonline.com due to our radio programming. Should we advance, then we will look at that game, and possibly a good chance if we advance, we'll air that game as well as do the live stream. If we win, our scheduled time probably will be delayed a little bit. We'll be at 6:30 tonight, Lexington time. So there is, after the fourth game, which follows this game, a little bit longer delay, and that may be where we catch up a little bit on that time. And again, we're pleased to be here in Lexington. This is Bob Hayes along with Ty Engelbright bringing you this game. First one via the stream. Hopefully, if we get into the second game, we'll be on the radio with that and the stream as well. That is correct. And we're setting up a little bit different this year than what we have in the years previous when we've been here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. We're down the third base side, overlooking the Caldwell County dugout at the press box level, and so we figured that might give you a little bit better angle as to what we're doing with the camera and how we intended to bring you that picture. So something different, a little not windy out here, but there's just a little bit of a breeze. A little breeze blowing kind of from right field over toward left field. If you look at the flags, Bob, it's kind of a crosswind, but it's just a beautiful day, 70 degrees here as we go into game time, and just a beautiful day for baseball. We're out here on this upper deck and got a little bit different perspective. We'll be zooming into the batters when they're in, and then try to follow the action as we get it with the camera. So just a little bit different perspective, and we hope you enjoy our web stream and our cast of this game. Meanwhile, Shane is taking his warm-up pitches. Defense
getting in a little ground ball. I think we're just about ready to get the throw down to second base. And action will be forthcoming. There's the throw down to second base by Bryce Thomas. Going over the lineup for the Tigers today, in left field it will be John Davis, in center field Gabe East, in right field Oliver Parker, at third base Chase Ryan Felker, shortstop Noah Brown, second base Dylan Gray, at first base is Tate Van Hoosier, pitching Shane Burns, and doing the catching Bryce Thomas, and stepping in for Somerset, leading it off, their pitcher Cade Grundy. And we're ready for action here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. The first pitch on the way from Shane, swung on and popped out of play. Another ball leaving the stadium, Ty.
Tell you what, we saw a lot of them in that first game.
They must have to have 75 balls to play these games. Shane has it signed. The next pitch on the way is just a little bit outside for ball one. Count even. 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck is Chance Staten, followed by Trey Harmon. The next pitch from Shane is fly ball headed to right field. Center fielder Gabe East is over under it and has it for the first out here. So Cade Grundy flying out to Gabe East here for the first out here in the top of the first inning. For Somerset, stepping into the box is their third baseman, Chance Staten. And he's looking down, now stepping into the batter's box. Shane looking in, has it signed. The wind and the pitch is just a little bit outside for ball one. 1 out here in the top of the first for Somerset. Shane has it signed, into the wind and the pitch. It's on the outside corner for a call, strike one. Count evens at 1-1.
Bob, understands Somerset has 9 seniors on their team. Is that correct?
I will look it up here, yep. But they've got a pretty hefty roster. Next pitch in from Shane is a little bit inside for ball 2. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And looking at their lineup, Ty, they do have a lot of seniors and a lot of juniors. Next pitch from Shane is swung on and fouled up against one of the booms here.
The glass there over there.
It's bent, wiggled, shimmied, but did not break. 2-2 the count to the shortstop, Chance Staten. Shane with the sign. Still looking in, has it, steps back off the rubber. 2-2 the count here to Chance Staten. And the pitch on the way is just a little bit low for ball 3. Count goes full here to Staten. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. And Shane winds, and the pitch on the way is right down central for a call, strike 3.
That's a fantastic pitch, Bob.
And frozen. Had the batter frozen.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Batter could not do anything.
Fun to watch.
Getting the bat off his shoulder, could not do anything. So with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning, into the box is the first baseman, Trey Harmon, for Somerset. Shane rocks and fires high for ball 1.
And I think this is one of their thumpers. So we call it.
Well, the third place hitter and the fourth place hitter and fifth place hitter are normally should be considered thumpers.
Yep.
So Mr. Harmon's a pretty good sized kid. The next pitch, peeling down to first base, and the first base umpire rings him up. Count 1 ball and 1 strike now to Trey Harmon. Shane has a sign. He rocks and fires. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Shane with few pitches here in the first inning.
Seems to be starting off. He's off to a nice start here.
Seems to be well under control and loose. His next pitch is on the way, and it just missed outside for ball 2. The count now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Harmon. 2 outs here for the Briar Jumpers. Nobody on base for them. Shane into his windup, and the next pitch on the way is just a little bit inside. Look, it was definitely a new level, but I guess it had to be inside. And maybe with the tight calling that Somerset's getting, we'll get the same benefit of the doubt. Second 3-2 count of the inning, and the next pitch on the way is strike 3 called.
Wow, he thought he walked.
Hey,
what in the world was the call?
He had him struck out, and
then he ran.
I'm not sure if the ball got past.
No, I think the inning's over.
Yeah, I think the inning is over. Yeah, Bryce, to me, held the ball.
Well, but I think the batter
maybe gave himself up by you can be called out if you're the batter and you head for the dugout. You've given yourself, and it's gonna stand as a strikeout here. So at the end of the first half inning of play, Somerset has no runs on no hits. They leave nobody on base, and at the end of 1/2 inning of play here in Lexington, it's Somerset 0, Caldwell County coming to bat.
Caldwell Medical Center Sleep Lab offers diagnosis for a variety of sleep problems, including sleep apnea. 1 in every 5 Americans have significant sleep difficulties, which, when diagnosed properly, can be successfully treated. A few symptoms of sleep disorders include fatigue, morning headaches, impotence, frequent urination, irritability, memory loss, high blood pressure, and loud snoring. If you have some of these symptoms, we may be able to help you identify and treat them before they cause more serious health conditions. Caldwell Medical Center offers studies in lab and in your home depending on your insurance company's requirements. Call 270-365-0300 for more information.
And welcome back to Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Caldwell County will be sending up Noah Brown, Gade East, Jace Ryan Felker, and if anybody gets on, the cleanup hitter, Dylan Gray. Looking at the Somerset pitcher, freshman Cade Grundy, looks to have a pretty complete arsenal in his pitching arsenal. We've just seen the breaking ball go in. Looks like he has a pretty good fastball.
And again, I'm getting perspective on this angle here, this new angle. So I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit more when Caldwell County's batting, or if maybe you can see the pitcher there as well, and then try to follow the plays in the field. So.
And there goes the throw down to second base. One hops the second baseman and rolls into center field. And we're just nearly ready for the Tigers to come to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. Somerset 3 up and 3 down in their top half. Noah Brown leading it off here for the Tigers, to be followed by Gade East and Jace Ryan Felker. And just looking around, looks like there are several people from Princeton up here today, Ty, and hopefully if you can't be up here, you're listening to us on the stream right now, and maybe later on the radio. First pitch in is a call strike 1 to Noah Brown. Noah digging in, the next pitch from Grundy on the way, high for ball 1.
That was right under his chin, Bob.
That's a little high and tight. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Noah Brown. Grundy on the mound into his wind, and the next pitch on the way is low for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Grundy winds, and his next pitch on the way to Noah Brown is a chop to the second baseman. The second baseman up over the first, low throw, but scooped up by the first baseman for the first out here. Play goes 4-3. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Stepping into the box is Gade East. Gade will be hitting from the left side. Grundy back on the mound. His first pitch into Gabe East is on the way high for ball one. One ball, no strike to count. Grundy back on the rubber. His next pitch is high for ball two. Gabe with a good eye at the plate.
What year is Grundy?
Grundy is a freshman.
Freshman. That's what I was thinking. He's a freshman pitcher.
Swung on and fouled back here to the screen.
About made it to the Whitaker Bank.
Yeah, I think it was off the Whitaker Bank box door.
We got a few in there, a few family members back there.
A few people from Princeton in that Whitaker Bank box. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. The next pitch on the way from Grundy to East is lofted, popped up out over here, close to us.
I told you we might get one today.
Yeah, we were within 10, 15 feet of that one.
But Bob and I, if we had a net, we could have gone out there. We are down the third base side and kind of in the upper deck, the suite level. But it's a good place to see a ball game.
And Gabe with 2-2 count. The pitch on the way to him is looped foul down the third base line again. Jumping around down here in the stands. And we're getting a request for foul balls. Like I say, I hope we have about 75 to play this game. 2-2 pitch from Grundy is on the way, and it stays high for ball 3. Gabe working the count full here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on base for the Tigers. 1 out here for the Tigers in the bottom of the first inning.
It's a good at bat for Gabe, Bob.
Yes, and it's many pitches. You can see the next pitch is ball 4 outside, and Gabe has drawn a walk.
That's how you do it.
And stepping in the box, the third baseman, Jace Ryan Felker, hitting from the left side, switch hitter, against a right-handed throwing Grundy. Gabe with his lead at first base. Grundy looking in. Check of the runner at first. Comes set. Pitch on the way to the plate is in there for a call, strike 1 to Jace Ryan. No balls, 1 strike to count. 2. Throw to first is not in time to get Gabe. Quick move by the pitcher.
He's got a good move over there. Gabe, had it back pretty easily, but keeping him honest.
Grundy looking in. His catcher. Throw to first again is not in time. No tag applied in either of those 2 throws over there. Gabe with a lead that forces him to dive back in, so we may be seeing some running here.
Yeah, he's got a nice lead.
And Grundy comes set to the plate. At the knees for a call, strike 2 to Jace Ryan.
That's a big-time pitch when you're distracted over there by someone on first and you come back and fire a strike.
I was just saying it could be one of these 16-year-old freshmen out there.
Yeah.
He looks pretty good size. Throw it again to first base is not in time. He just does not look like your average freshman.
No, he does, and that's why I asked earlier, but I thought he was a freshman.
The no ball, 2 strike pitch. Grundy's come set, and the pitch to the plate is outside for ball 1 to Jace Ryan. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Runner at first base. And on deck is Dylan Gray for the Tigers, followed by Shane Burns. Throw again to first base is not in time.
Nice to have a 4-man crew on the field, too.
Yes, it is. We do have the 4-man crew. Grundy checks the runner at first to the plate with the pitch. Foul tip. And apparently did not foul tip it. The runner, first base was occupied, so Jace Ryan goes down swinging for the second out. And Dylan Gray steps into the box for the Tigers. Gabe East still the runner at first base. So far, only 1 runner in this game for either team. We're early, first inning. Gray into the box. Grundy throws to first, just about overthrew the first baseman.
Be nice to see Gabe get a base here and make the steal. So
and a base hit will score
exactly.
him. Gabe with his lead. The first pitch to Dylan is popped up out of play over on the right side, onto the roof. No balls and 1 strike to count. Dylan, a good cut at that ball.
Sure.
On deck is our pitcher, Shane Burns. Grundy from the stretch position to the plate. There goes Gabe.
He's got
it made, no throw. Bounced to the catcher. So the steal is successful by Gabe East. And the count evens to Dylan Gray at 1 ball, 1 strike. Grundy checking the runner at second to the plate. Swung on and foul back here to the plate, behind the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dylan Gray. Another good swing on that ball by Dylan. Grundy back on the rubber. Comes set, checking the runner second to the plate. A little tap to the shortstop. He's up. His throw to first is in time for the out. And the play will go 6-3 for the third out here for the Tigers in the bottom of the first. No runs on no hits, no errors by Somerset. Leave 1 man on base. And at the end of 1 complete inning of play here in Lexington, Somerset 0, the Tigers 0.
This is Danny Patton with Farmers Bank and Trust Company. Our new Lane County branch is now open. Come in and see us for the same friendly service and the names and faces you know and trust to provide you with all your banking needs. We're now ready to serve you at 28 Commerce Street in Eddyville. Open Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 4, Fridays 8:30 to 5, and 9 to 12:30 on Saturdays. Stop by today and experience banking at its best at Farmers Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
And we're back here at Whitaker Bank, and you're listening to and watching on live stream Caldwell County versus Somerset. Tying Bright along with Bob Hayes. I want to thank our blue sponsors, Bella Marie Boutique, Black Patch Grill, Computer Consulting Service, Penny Ryle District Health Department, Treasures Remembered Florist and Greenhouse, Case Kitchen, Hancock's Neighborhood Market, Cozy Living, Wallace Towing and Recovery, Capital Cinemas, Adams Breezy Hill Farm and Mercantile, Callie's Play and Bounce House, Jeff Rousseau, Attorney at Law, Used Tires and Wheels, Taco John's, Herb Hayes Furniture, and Oliver's Lawn Service. There we go.
Thank you, Ty, for getting the plugs in for our sponsors. We're very appreciative of our sponsors. We would not be here without them. And leading it off for Somerset here in the top of the second is their shortstop, Seth Bennett. Shane's winds and fires the first pitch low for ball 1. Shane working quickly on the rubber. Winds and the next pitch on the way. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike to Seth Bennett. On deck will be center fielder Cross Gundy. We'll call him Cross. Looks like Cross to me.
Give a shout out to the folks at McDonald's back in Princeton. I understand they're watching. So
good. Great to have our owners with us. The next pitch from Shane on the way is outside for ball 2. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike to Seth Bennett. Followed by, as I mentioned, Cross Grundy, Caleb Wan. The next pitch in from Shane is inside, and that's only ball 4. So runner at first base, no outs. Cross Gundy, probably a brother of the pitcher, Cade Grundy.
That's what I was going to say. He was.
Grundy's everywhere.
If you were guessing, Grundy's every year.
And Shane is from the stretch position to the plate. is in there for a call strike one to cross Gundy.
Man, Shane's got the mitt popping this afternoon, Bob.
He looks effortless in his delivery all around the plate. Bennett, the runner at first. Complimentary throw over to first. No balls and one strike is the count to cross Grundy. And the next pitch in from Shane is swung on and missed for strike two. Whereas the Cade Grundy, the pitcher, is a freshman. Cross Grundy is a senior, one of the seniors in the Somerset lineup. No balls, two strikes to count to throw to first. A little bit closer this time. Tag applied by Tate Van Uger, but certainly not in time. No balls, two strike count. Shane from the stretch position to the plate. Smash into left field for a base hit. Overfielding it is the left fielder, John Davis, back in. And Somerset with runners at first and second. Caleb Wan, the catcher for Somerset. Stepping into the box, Somerset with a threat going here with no outs in the top of the second. And Caleb Wan, the catcher, stepping into the box. And he looks like he's going to bunt. The first pitch in is inside for ball one.
Figured they might with no outs, Bob. And did a little bit of talking around before the game, and I understand that the heart of the Somerset lineup, pretty good averages. They're good. They're a really good hitting team.
Well, I think I heard the fact that at least three of these players have over 6 homers each.
I believe that's right. You know, they can hurt you with the long ball, but I think that they can also hit. They just have good averages.
And the next pitch in is an attempt bunt, but fouled back to the screen. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Charging in from third is Jace Ryan, and from first is Tate Van Uger. So Shane now moving around on the mound, back on the rubber. No pick-off play at second.
They got him. That was bang, bang, to say the least.
The ball got there, the tag was applied, and Dylan Gray at second base bumped into the runner. And you can't push the base runner off the base to make the tag. And
that was purely by
Dylan
accident.
helped him up.
Yeah, he did. But I guess he was, maybe flashback to the linebacking days this past year. But no, Dylan's a great sport out there and helped him up.
And Shane, next pitch to the plate is inside for ball two. Two balls and 1 strike. The count now to Bennett, or excuse me, Juan, the catcher. The next pitch from Shane, again, must have stayed high.
Man,
he looks like he's all over the plate with his balls from where we're sitting. 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck will be the designated here, Gavin Stevens. Time called by the home plate umpire. Runners at first and second for Somerset. No outs here. And we're ready for action. Shane comes set. Next pitch to the plate is swung on and fouled back here to the screen. He makes the count now. Full 3 balls and 2 strikes. No outs here. Runners at first and second for Somerset.
Really needs a strikeout here, Bob.
But we need an out in the worst way. Shane comes set to the plate. Swung on and foul back to the off the aluminum near the top.
The old stadium's taking a beating today, isn't it? I mean, it is.
And not too many people here, so whoever's going to go get a foul ball has got some distance to cover in this park.
Yeah.
3-2 pitch about to be made by Shane, and it's on its way. And
there it is.
Strike 3.
Oh, man. That was fantastic and came at a perfect time. Now we got one out. We got guys at first and second, a ground ball. We might can get out of this inning.
And that's the thing you like about Shane. He's never rattled by what count he's got. And pressure usually falls back to the hitter on a full count. And either the hitter couldn't pull the trigger or he was fooled one. So there's one out here. This designated hitter, Gavin Stevens, at the plate. The first pitch to him, and took a healthy rip and missed it. He may be one of these guys with over 6 home runs this year.
He might be. The way he took a cut at that one.
Yes, he's completely loose now, I believe, Tom.
Oh, yeah.
Shane on the rubber.
I saw the oil squirting out of his waist.
To the plate.
What a play by Bryce.
Nice play by Bryce to keep that ball from going back to the screen. And we're even here, 1 ball and 1 strike. One out here in the top of the second. Shane from the stretch position. And to the plate. Pull inside for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. Runners looking at the third base coach over here for signs. We'll see if Somerset's got something on right now. Shane, 2 balls and 1 strike to pitch. There go the runners, and swung on and fouled on the left side. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Somerset was running. The runner from second running. The runner at first did not go. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes, and another strikeout here would be nice.
Going to get one. Perfect time to get it.
Shane looking in, stepping back off the mound, or excuse me, off the rubber. Now he's back on to the rubber. Getting a sign from Bryce. Come set. Look at the runner at second to throw to the plate. Is a little change up. Swung on and missed for strike 3.
That's clutch there, Bob. That was just good pitch in there. He dug down deep and just
really keeping the batters off stride.
Yes.
The hitter was way out in front of that pitch. So there are 2 outs here via the strikeout. Still runners at first and second, and batting now is the right fielder Alex Ham, hitting from the left side. First pitch to him is on the way, and just a little bit low for ball 1. On deck, if it gets that far, will be Cam Ryan, the second baseman. Shane's next pitch on the way is, must have been a little bit high.
Yeah.
Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. The count to Alex Ham. Shane comes set. Look back at the runner at second to the plate.
There it is.
In there for a call, strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count. Shane has a sign, and from the stretch position to the plate, swung on a foul back here off the netting. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Alex Ham.
Tell you what, if Shane gets out of this inning, it'd be a fine pitching effort.
And a lot of confidence, I would think.
No doubt.
By gathering, you get 2 runners on to start the inning, and you're usually going to get one
and the meat of their lineup,
yes,
basically.
And the meat of their lineup. The 2-2 pitch is, we'll look back at second, no throw. Little cat and mouse game to see if the runner might be running on the 2-2 count. He will be running on the 3-2 count. Shane has a sign. And to the plate he comes.
There it is.
And miss. That's out 3. So,
yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So.
Great job of pitching there by Shane Burns, Bob.
And striking out the side is Shane in the top of the second. For Somerset, they get no runs. They get their first hit of the day, but they leave 2 men on base. And at the end of 1 1/2 innings of play here in Lexington, Somerset 0, Caldwell County 0.
Gas Company is a full-service local and family-owned propane company offering services in Princeton, Cadiz, Madisonville, and Murray. Right now, Fortner Gas is offering specials on propane. Fortner Gas offers Holland and Napoleon grills, Dixie choppers, and they also have Red Max weed eaters. Contact Fortner Gas Company today for all of your residential, commercial, and agriculture propane needs. Fortner Gas Company, a family tradition of service since 1951.
May is Fiesta Month here at Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique. Hey, this is Pam Haverlock. May is a huge month of celebration. May Day, the Kentucky Derby, Cinco de Mayo, Mother's Day, graduation, and more. We love to celebrate. For the month of May, we are offering 15% off accessories and all signs. These are great gifts. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique is the perfect place to come for all your gift needs. Come to Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique and celebrate Fiesta Month. We are located at 235 Northfield Drive, right next to the bowling alley. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, everything a home should be.
And welcome back to Whitaker Bank Ballpark here in Lexington. Whitaker Bank Ballpark is the home of the Lexington Legends, a Class A affiliate of the Kansas City Royals. 73 degrees here now at the ballpark. Beautiful day, clouds just almost non-existent. Front did move through, but didn't cool it down that much. And leading it off for the Tigers here in the bottom of the second will be Shane Burns. Grundy on the hill for Somerset, looking into his windup, and the pitch on the way is in there for a call, strike one to Shane. The next pitch on the way from Grundy is high outside for ball one, count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Shane will be followed by Bryce Thomas and Oliver Parker. The next pitch in is swung on and missed for strike 2. Shane hitting from the left side, as will be the next hitter, Bryce Thomas. The 1 ball, 2 strike pitch on the way to the plate is outside for ball 2. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes to Shane Burns.
Shane himself's had a pretty hot bat lately.
Yeah, he's been swinging it real well. The 2-2 pitch on the way is called strike 3 on the outside corner. 1 out here for the Tigers in the bottom of the second. One good thing, Ty, is that he saw 6 pitches, 5 pitches, 6 pitches in. We've all seen, all our hitters have seen about that many. So the next time through the lineup, he won't be as surprising, if you will.
Yeah, and that's one thing about these. Seeing these teams, you don't know, you haven't seen them before. You don't know what to
Exactly. Bryce into the box, hitting from the left side. The first pitch to him is a little off-speed pitch inside for ball 1. Oliver Parker on deck, followed by Tate Van Hooser. Next pitch on the way is chopped. First baseman has it. Throw to first is in time. Diving effort by Bryce in vain. Hope he didn't hurt himself as he went across the bag.
Well, he did, but that was a great hustle by Bryce, and that's the way he plays the game.
Yes, exactly. And the first baseman, the pitcher, if the pitcher had been half asleep on that, there would have been no play.
That's exactly right.
Play goes 3-1 for the second out here in the bottom of the second, and into the box is Oliver Parker.
Looks like Bryce is all right.
Yes.
Had a little chat with Coach Stallings.
First pitch into Oliver Parker is a call, strike 1. On deck is Tate Van Hooser. The next pitch in is outside for ball 1. Count evens to Oliver at 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch on the way. Popped out of play to the right side, and that's another one over the roof. Count now to Oliver, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Grundy into this wind and the pitch on the way. Behind him.
I thought for a second it hit him, Bob.
That's probably Oliver's weakness is high and behind him. Yeah, how do you miss a catcher that wide? 2 balls and 2 strikes. He tried a little sidearm action, I think. Yeah. Next one is a little curveball that drops in there for a call, strike 3.
He's throwing some rockets out there, too.
He was setting him up for the curveball.
I think you're exactly right.
And the Tigers go quietly here in the bottom of the second. No runs on no hits, no Somerset errors, and nobody left on base for the Tigers at the end of 2 complete innings of play here in Lexington. Caldwell County 0, Somerset 0.
Looking for someplace to dine? Then look no further than Echo Charlie's at Eddy Creek Marina, ready to serve you breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Echo Charlie's is the perfect place for a delicious meal with a great atmosphere. This Friday's special is grilled salmon, Saturday the bone-in ribeye, and Sunday the Southwest salad. Don't forget to come on down Saturday night. Check out the Alonzo Pennington Band. Echo Charlie's is located on Lake Barkley at Eddy Creek Marina. Telephone 270-388-2271.
Now that tax season is over, Fredonia Valley Bank is saying full speed ahead for summer and the fun activities that go along with the warm days ahead. Fredonia Valley Bank knows that families want to enjoy life and make lasting memories together. Maybe you have thought about purchasing something for the summer that the whole family can enjoy together. Come by and see Fredonia Valley Bank. We help people every day with long terms that will work with their budget to help achieve certain possibilities you thought were not within your reach. After all, you've worked hard. Now's the time to reward yourself and your family with some fun and relaxation. Fredonia Valley Bank is your real community bank, waiting and willing to become the bank for all your needs. Visit us today at 602 Cassidy Avenue in Fredonia, 226 Commerce Street in Eddyville. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
And welcome back here to Lexington, Kentucky. The top of the 3rd inning about to get underway here. Stepping in for Somerset, their second baseman, Cam Ryan. Shane winds his first pitch on the way, swung on and fouled back to the screen for strike 1. Ball back to the mound. Shane has his sign now. And into his wind and the pitch. A little bit low for ball 1. Count evens to the number 9 hitter. Somerset lineup, Cam Ryan, 1-1. The next pitch on the way, swung on and missed for strike 2. And we'll head around to the top of the lineup here. Cade Grundy, the pitcher. Chance Staten, the other hitters in this inning. The next pitch in is a call, strike 3 on the outside corner.
Shane had him frozen on that one as well, Bob. I mean, that was a great pitch.
Shane with 6 strikeouts here so far in the game. And we're back around to the top of the lineup. Cade Grundy fly out to Gabe East, his first time up, officially 0 for 1 today. 1 out here for the Briar Jumpers in the top of the 3rd. The first pitch in, swung on and fouled back to the screen on Grundy for strike 1.
Now, it's pretty impressive to have 6 strikeouts, and really he's had a little bit of control problem, or just wasn't getting calls out there. But
he still looks loose, still looks effortless.
Oh, he looks great. Yes. He really does.
And the steps off the rubber.
And as you mentioned last inning, I think that jam that he worked out of is just going to give him confidence as we get into the later innings.
Exactly. The next pitch on the way, a little bit outside for ball 1. Count 1 ball and 1 strike to Cade Grundy. Shane looking in at Bryce. The wind and the pitch is high for ball 2. And one thing you can do, and maybe Shane is a great artist at this, you can pitch high, low, wide, and then when it comes back, you come right down central.
Yeah.
2-1 pitch on the way. Like is a little breaking ball in there for strike 2. Keeping these hitters certainly off stride, that's for sure. And has the ability to throw that little breaking ball for a strike, which is a huge plus. The 2-2 pitch on the way.
There it is.
On the inside corner for a call, strike 3, the fastball. So 2 up and 2 down here for Somerset in the top of the 3rd. The third baseman now stepping into the box, Chance Staten. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. 7 strikeouts among the 8 outs so far here for the.
And again, you think, well, it's pretty impressive.
Few pitches, not a 25 pitch inning. First pitch in is a little bit low to Staten for ball 1.
I guess it just seems odd because he's not necessarily getting ahead in the count.
True, and next pitch in is inside again for ball 2.
There he goes, 2 balls and no strikes here to start this, but then he'll come back, and he's been doing it all day.
Shane looking in, has assigned the pitch on the way. Swung on and popped out of play again to the right side and out of the stadium.
If you're asking about center field, I guess if you see that tower out there, it's got 447 on it. You see that tower next to the baseball?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so that'd be a shot.
Well, it may take it 447 to get that far.
Yeah.
Bounding ball into off the Dylan Gray's glove into short right field for a base hit.
But it holds him to a single.
By Staten, yes. Nice diving effort by Dylan Gray on that ball. And the first baseman, Trey Harmon. Looks like one of these good-sized kids that could be called a thumper.
Yes.
Runner at first base is Staten. 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd. Shane from the stretch position. And to the plate, must have been a little bit low for ball 1. Shane working quickly, comes set. Next pitch on the way is a bounding ball to the third baseman, Jason Felker up over to first in time for the out.
Nice play.
Yes, play goes 5-3 for the out. And for Somerset here in the top of the 3rd inning, they get no runs on 1 hit. They leave 1 runner on base. And at the end of 2 1/2 innings of play here in Lexington, we're still tied 0-0.
KFC's extra crispy kernel, and you're the extra busy regular person who has to make dinner for a family of 4. But you can shirk that responsibility because my extra crispy $20 fill-up from KFC contains 8 pieces of freshly double-breaded extra crispy chicken, 4 biscuits, 2 orders of mashed potatoes, and a side of coleslaw for just $20. That'll feed 'em. KFC, it's extra crispy good.
Pricing and participation may vary. Tax and substitutions extra.
This is Jack.
Here at Whitaker Ballpark here in Lexington. Sometimes I can't turn dials and talk at the same time. But Bob, before I turn it back to you, I do want to thank some of our sponsors that helps to bring these games to you, especially from afar here in Lexington, Kentucky. Our gold sponsors, Fortner Gas Company, KFC A&W, the Woodall Agency, La Potosina Mexican Restaurant, Morgan's Funeral Home, and McGregor Group Heating and Air. And Bob, you can't ask for a more perfect day for baseball. Yes, yesterday was rainy, no games really got in, and it makes things a little bit more difficult to get done, but I think well worth it to sit out here under the clear blue skies in Lexington today. It is a beautiful afternoon to watch a baseball game. 73 degrees still here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. Throw goes down to second base and into the box, and leading it off for the Tigers here in the bottom of 3rd will be first baseman Tate Van Hooser. And Tate will be followed by John Davis, and then back around to the top of the lineup and Noah Brown. And we're ready for action here. Grundy on the mound. Into his wind, and his pitch is low outside, gets past the catcher, back to the screen, and it's ball 1 to Tate. One ball, no strike is the count. Grundy winds his next pitch, popped up, going to get out of play again.
onto the roof here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark.
Tate a little upset with himself. He took a rip at it.
And
just got under it.
I think we're beginning to get on these balls.
I think so. Be interesting to see how we go back through the lineup again.
Yes, exactly. 1-1 pitch on the way to Tate. There's a little breaking ball that stays
held up.
And Tate held up. Now, a week ago, he would not have held up on that ball, and so practicing good plate discipline.
There you go.
Up there. The 2-ball, 1-strike pitch, again, foul over to the right side off of the upper facade.
I'm telling you, I've never seen so many foul balls. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, it seems like almost every one is back here. I mean, it's just beating the heck out of this stadium.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The count, the next pitch on the way to Tate is swung on and missed, swung at ball 3 over his head.
You know, you got to love Tate Splunk. He wants to get something going every time he's up there.
He's definitely aggressive.
Yeah.
And into the box now is John Davis. 1 out here for the Tigers in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
See if John can get him a 1-out hit here.
And Grundy winds, and his first pitch on the way is high for ball 1. Caldwell County so far with only 1 base runner, and that came via the walk to Gabe East. The next pitch is at the knees for a call, strike 1. Count evens to John Davis at 1 ball, 1 strike. The next pitch in is on the outside corner, for call, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strike the count. Grundy winds and fires. Did not go, held up.
No, the
appeal down the first base is not successful.
John's going to have to protect the plate here, though, Bob.
2 balls. He might see a little breaking ball.
He might.
2-2 pitch about to be made by Grundy, and it's on the way. High for ball 3.
Good at bat for Davis. He's run the count full.
3-2. Getting a little bit more confidence, I would think. The 3-2 pitch on the way is swung on and missed for strike 3. Goes down swinging, and that's what you want to see. Ball was definitely in the strike zone.
Yeah.
And back around to the top of the lineup is Noah Brown. And Noah's steps in the box. Grundy wheels and fires on the outside corner for a call, strike 1. The little kid is sharp.
Well, maybe he's got a no-hitter through,
almost through 3.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's a good pitcher.
And the next pitch in from Grundy is high for ball 1. Count evens at 1-1.
Wonder where Mr. Grundy has decided. Well, he's a freshman, so he's got a while to decide, doesn't he?
Yes. And Grundy winds, and the next pitch to little curveball stays low.
But he definitely looks like he has the potential to play at the next level if that's what he decides to do, at least early on.
He's a good-looking specimen, to say the least. Next pitch is popped to the second baseman going back. Ooh, has it.
It about popped out of the webbing of his glove there, Bob.
So a pop up to the second baseman will end it here for the Tigers in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Caldwell County gets no runs on no hits, nobody left on base. And at the end of 3 complete innings of play, we're still tied, 0-0.
National Bank wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We couldn't agree more. Saving to pay with cash is best, but we also know that emergencies occur and sometimes things happen at the worst of times. When you find yourself in need of a loan, give me a call at 270-365-5151. We'll work through the loan process together, one step at a time. First Southern National Bank has 2 branches in Princeton, Kentucky, 1013 West Main and 101 West Washington Street. Visit us online at www.fsmb.net. First Southern National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, Federal Registry 409-424, NMLS 1628379.
And we're back here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. It's not Christmas time, but we encourage you to go down and see the friendly folks at First Southern National Bank in Princeton. Their main branch office down at Washington Street, and of course their West Main branch. It's that time of year, Bob, where a lot of home improvements and things going on. It's a good time to maybe check into a home equity loan.
Well, I've heard Christmas in July, but there's such a thing maybe as Christmas in May.
Yeah,
absolutely.
When we put the spots on the computer, sometimes we drag the wrong ones, but we will we'll just give them a great plug and thank First Southern for their sponsorship of Tiger Sports on WPKY.
Yeah, meanwhile, we're ready for action. Leading it off here is the cleanup hitter, Seth Bennett for Somerset. His first pitch from Shane is in there for call strike one at the knees. First time up, Bennett walked. Shane has a sign, now rocks and fires inside for ball one. Count evens to Seth Bennett at 1-1. Bennett will be followed by Cross Grundy, then Caleb Wan. And next pitch swinging, ground ball foul down the third base line. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Bennett. And Shane winds his next pitch on the way, just a little bit outside on that little changeup that he's had working successfully today. Stayed a little bit up, 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the next pitch on the way is foul down the third base line again.
We got a heck of a pitcher's duel going here, Bob.
It's a fast-moving game. We're in the 4th inning.
Yeah. And we're just a little less than an hour in.
Oh, yes. It's moving well. The next pitch from Shane is foul at the plate and ruled a foul ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Ball jumped out, maybe looked to be, could have been in fair play, but the umpire said no. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. The next pitch on the way to Bennett is outside for ball 3. Count goes full now. On deck will be Grundy, the center fielder, who singled back in the 2nd inning. And Shane winds and fires. Little tap to the second baseman. Dylan Gray up in time, bat hop, and Dylan stayed with that.
Yeah, that's a nice play.
Quick reflexes on that time by Dylan. Recovered, fielded it off his chest, and threw over to Tate Van Hooser for the out. 1 out here for the Briar Jumpers in the top of the 4th inning.
Just a good, solid athlete.
And into the box now, the center fielder, Cross Grundy, who singled his first time up. Shane ready on the mound. It winds and fires outside for ball 1. Beautiful day. I can't get over how beautiful it is here.
Compared to yesterday.
The next pitch is in there at the knees for a call strike 1 from Shane. Wind dying down a little bit, not brisk by any stretch. 1-1 pitch from Shane is forthcoming. And on the way, tap to the first baseman, Tate Van Hooser. He's up, steps on the base unassisted. And there are 2 outs here for the Briar Jumpers in the top of the 4th. And in the box is Caleb Wan, the catcher. His last name is spelled W-O-N-N, pronounced Wan. And his first time up was a strikeout victim. The first pitch into him is low for ball 1.
You know, Shane's starting most of these hitters with a ball.
He's constantly, almost all year long, done that. Next pitch in is inside for ball 2. But then you'll get them loose, and they don't know where it's coming, and that possibly could be considered his strategy.
It could be. It's working for him, at least at this point.
2-0 pitch is inside and low for ball 3. All year long when he's done this, we've seen him work back to 3-2, and most times get his batter.
Yeah.
Next pitch in is not this time. He walks him on the outside pitch. Yeah. And the designated hitter, Gavin Stevens, stepping into the box now. A strikeout victim, his first time up.
I don't like two-out walks that make you nervous. Because they sometimes can lead to trouble. Let's see if Shane can bounce back here, Bob.
And Stevens in the box. Shane checking the runner first and to the plate. Swung on and fouled. Out of play here. No balls and one strike. The count to Gavin Stevens. The next pitch on the way from Shane is again swung on, and it's going to get out of play.
It's ahead of this one.
Yes, 0-2. I would say Mr. Stevens might see on this pitch or next pitch that little slow breaking curveball. Shane comes set, check the runner at first. To the plate, and a line shot into the center field. It's going to get down.
That's in the gap.
In the gap to right center, going to the wall. One run will score. The runner, the hitter, Stevens, will come in, pull up at third with a triple. Somerset on the board here.
Well, they had to work for that one, but again, I didn't mean to jinx, but you get a two-out walk like that, and it just sometimes I've watched a lot of baseball in my day. It can just come back to bite you.
And then definitely when you get one in the gap, that's going to do some damage as well.
Yep.
All the way to the wall, which is at least 400 feet in the right center field. Into the box is Alex Ham. And there's a base hit in the right field, and Somerset will have 2 runs in here.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That's a 2-out rally, successful so far here for the Briar Jumpers in the top of the 4th.
Well, we've seen it before. These Tigers can play from behind.
Well, we're not dead yet by any stretch.
No, not at all.
And the number 9 hitter coming to bat here will be Cam Ryan for the Briar Jumpers.
Noah Brown out to give Shane a little boost of confidence.
And Shane, runner at first base, 2 runs in here. First pitch in to Ryan is a call, strike 1. So Somerset jumps out here 2-0. The no ball, 1 strike pitch on the way to Ryan is high and outside for ball 1.
Just hope the Tigers can get into Grundy here.
Can get him solved a little bit and put the ball into play.
Yep.
And the 1-1 pitch on the way from Shane is a ground ball. So second baseman Dylan over to the shortstop for the forced play. Play goes 4-6. But Somerset here in the top of the 4th get 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave 1 man on base, and at the end of 3 1/2 innings of play, it is Somerset 2, Caldwell County 0.
In Princeton and Marion is the best place to experience delicious, authentic Mexican cuisine with an extensive menu that has something for everyone. Choose from local favorites like fajitas, chimichangas, burritos, and Maria's favorite with rice, grilled onions, and peppers, chicken, shrimp, steak, or a combination, topped with La Potosina's mouth-watering cheese sauce. That's La Potosina with 2 locations to serve you in Princeton and Marion. La Potosina Mexican Restaurant.
And welcome back to Whitaker Bank Ballpark here in Lexington, Kentucky, where Somerset has scored 2 runs in the top of the 4th, and the Tigers coming up. And Bob, I'm going to give our Tiger sponsors for helping to bring this webcast and our broadcast yearly here on the Tiger. Caldwell Medical Center, Farmers Bank and Trust Company, Echo Charlie's at Eddy Creek Marina, McDonald's and First Southern National Bank, Princeton Electric Plant Board, Fredonia Valley Bank, Penny Rowell Electric, Planters Bank, and Tri-Shoes, our Tiger sponsors. And Bob, Mr. Grundy back out on the mound, and the Tigers are going to play from behind, but we've seen it before. There's still plenty of baseball left.
Absolutely. 4 more at-bats left for the Tigers, 12 outs, putting it in that perspective. And for us in the bottom of the 4th inning, the Gabies, Jay Steinfelder, Dylan Gray, followed by Shane Burns, if any of those top 3 get on. So we're in the meat of our lineup here in this inning. And what we don't know is how Mr. Grundy has done all year long, whether they've let him go 7 innings or 4 innings or 5 innings, but he's looking real sharp right now, still with a no-hitter through 3 innings of play.
Yeah. But we know one thing, too. These Tigers really aren't intimidated by anybody, so they'll be out there swinging, and I expect to see some noise being made in these innings coming up.
This is we've got Gabe East, a good eye at the plate, who walked his first time up. The first pitch into him is at the knees for a call, strike 1. Grundy looking in, now has a sign and into his windup, and the pitch is a little bit high for ball 2, or excuse me, for ball 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike.
They do have a gun out there on these pitchers. I just saw one speed pop up. We'll kind of watch and see.
Swung a bounding ball back to the mound. Grundy off over to first in time for the out.
So that fastball was up in the low 80s, so he's throwing pretty hard out there. Had not noticed that until just now. It's up under the main scoreboard.
Okay.
There's a block out there below visitors and home, Bob, so you can kind of check and see what some of those pitches are as they come in.
And into the box now is Jace Ryan Felker. Jace Ryan's strikeout victim his first time up. And the first pitch in from Grundy is on the outside corner for a call, strike 1. Grundy has a sign into the windup, and the pitch swung on and missed for strike 2 to Jace Ryan. On deck will be Dylan Gray. Felker steps out, now back in the box, and the 0-2 pitch on the way is outside for ball 1. Did you see the speed on that
84.
one? Okay.
Mr. Grundy is in control. There's no doubt about it.
And the next pitch to Jace Ryan is that little curveball in there for a call, strike 3.
How many strikeouts does Grundy have?
We'll do those here. He has 3, 5, 6.
Okay, so he's gotten a few ground balls as well.
And our only bid for a base hit almost popped out of the second baseman's glove to end the 3rd inning. First pitch in to Dylan Gray is in there for a call, strike 1. The next pitch on the way, swung on and fouled out of the park. So Dylan in the hole now, no balls and 2 strikes. And Grundy's 0-2 pitch on the way, outside for ball 1.
Good eye there from Dylan. That was a pretty close pitch.
Yeah,
the layoff that pitch was pretty tough.
Mr. Grundy thought maybe he was going to get it.
I think he did.
Taking 2 steps off the mound toward his dugout. The 1-2 pitch swung on and popped up. Will it get out of play? The catcher is over, and it will get out of play here behind home plate.
These hitters are having a time with these pitches, getting pieces and flying them back.
Well, one of these times we're going to make solid contact. Then we'll see what kind of
that's exactly right.
Fielder Somerset.
What kind of defense we got out there?
What kind of defense they have? The 1 ball, 2 strike pitch is on the way and bounces to the plate. The ball 2.
Right now they got Mr. Grundy.
Yeah, right now Mr. Grundy is what you might say in control.
Pretty impressive, he really is.
2-2 pitch on the way to Dylan Gray is tapped foul here at the plate. Dylan hanging tough, staying alive.
But you look at that last inning, top of the last of this inning, when they got to Shane, Shane has been very solid himself, and it's just baseball.
Well, and we muster a 2-out rally as well as the rest of them. The 2-2 pitch on the way, swung on and missed on that slow breaking ball. And so for the Tigers here in the bottom of the fourth, no runs on no hits, nobody left on base, and at the end of 4 complete innings of play, it's Somerset 2, Caldwell County 0.
ED should not stand for expensive drugs. Locally owned Princeton Drug, who's been around for over 100 years, is now offering a money-saving alternative to Viagra called sildenafil. It's the same active ingredient in Viagra. Princeton Drug is offering a huge cost savings on the 20-milligram tablet. It's less than $1.99 a pill. A prescription from your doctor is required, and we offer free local delivery. Princeton Drug, 103 West Main Street in Princeton, 270-365-5585.
Spring is on its way, or so they say, so you better call McGregor Group today. McGregor Group Heating and Air covers all your needs, from service, repair, to new installation. Call us today to schedule your spring service for a cleaning and system check at 270-896-5044, or come see us at 960 Varmint Trace Road here in Princeton. We're the company that you can take comfort in.
And welcome back here to Whitaker Bank Ballpark. We're entering the top half of the 5th inning. Somerset leading in this game 2-0, and Somerset will be back to the beginning of their lineup, and will be the leadoff hitter, the pitcher, Cade Grundy, will be stepping in the box. A fly ball to the center fielder, Gabe East, and a strikeout victim his last time, officially 0 for 2 today here in the ball game. Shane Bird still on the hill for the Tigers. He winds. First pitch is high for ball 1. And Shane, second pitch to the plate is popped up out of play, out of the park. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike to Grundy. And Shane had to switch balls. That ball thrown out of play probably had a mark or a cut on it. Shane winds. His next pitch on the way. It hits the batter.
Got him right in the foot. Right off the top of the cleat, it looks like.
Well, and it bounced to get him.
Huh?
The ball bounced up there to get him.
Oh, it did? Okay. I thought it might have got his. It hit the dirt first, yeah.
Yeah, it hit the dirt first and got his ankle.
Okay. I thought it went right off the top of his cleat.
No, the way he's hobbling down there, it got him on the ankle. I'm sure.
I'm sure it did, yeah.
And I think they're going to get a courtesy runner. That may affect him on his delivery. Who knows? So there is a courtesy runner for.
Well, yeah, I'm sure they're probably going to get some ice on that.
Courtesy runner is for Somerset is Spencer New. Into the box is Chance Staten. Strikeout victim and a single his last time up. Shane from the stretch position to the plate is in there at the knees for a call, strike 1. Mr. Staten backing up, looking at strike 1. And Shane ready for the next pitch. Little courtesy throw to first base is, and we got Somerset taking a pitcher down to the bullpen and warming up. So maybe the ankle is bothered a little bit.
You know, you hate to see somebody get hit or hurt, but that might work to our advantage.
And the next pitch in to Staten is a ball low for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch on the way from Shane is fly ball to center fielder Gabe East, going back, is under it, falls down but hangs on and has it. Nice running over the shoulder catch by Shane on that particular play.
Bob, that's as good as play in center field as you'll see. In fact, he twisted around and turned and had to stretch out to get that ball. That was a fantastic play.
And hung on to it.
Yeah.
He went to the ground losing his balance, and up in time, the runner had reached from first, had reached the second, had to retrace his steps back to first. Shane gave a little bit.
He got twisted up.
Yeah. One out here, and in the box, batting Trey Harmon. The first pitch to him is a little loop to the shortstop. Noah Brown under it. Has it for the second out. A little pump up. Fists it out there.
Unless it's you really won't see a better play in center field in high school than what Gabe just made out there, unless it's some flying dive, leave your feet kind of thing. That was a hard catch.
And that obviously saved a run. That ball gets away. Gabe on the ground. This runner easily scores from first base. 2 outs here. Runner still at first. Seth Bennett, the shortstop, he walked and grounded out to the second baseman. He's officially 0 for 1. First pitch, swing and miss for strike 1. So 2 outs here for the Briar Jumpers in the top of the 5th. Runner at first base. And Bennett down in the count. No balls and 1 strike. Next pitch to him is ripped in the left field for a base hit. Over to get it is Davis. Throw back to the infield, and a single off the bat of Seth Bennett.
Up to bat, the Briar Jumpers, number 7, Cross, Grundy.
And the center fielder, Cross Grundy, now steps into the box. He singled and is bounced out to the pitcher, second baseman covering, or bounced out to Trace unassisted. First pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. Tate putting him out his last time up on the comebacker to the first baseman. No balls and 1 strike. The count to Grundy. And the next pitch from Shane is swung on and missed for strike 2.
Well,
I would think on this down 0-2, runner at second, put the fastball.
Why not?
Yeah.
Just see if he can dare him to hit it.
Almost don't throw him anything soft in case he gets lucky and plucks it into short left, short right. The 0-2 pitch from Shane on the way. A fastball swung on and fouled back to the screen.
That's about 85 miles an hour there.
Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. And we got a ball loose on the field out in right field. Oliver Parker over to retrieve it. And we're set for action now as Shane is back on the rubber. Grundy in the box. The 0-2 pitch. Runners at first and second for Somerset. And a fly ball lifted up. Oliver Parker in right field is under it. And has it for the out to retire the side.
Got up in the wind a little bit.
The fly ball out for the 3rd out here, and for Somerset in the top of the 5th. They have no runs on 1 hit. They leave 2 men on base, and at the end of 4 1/2 innings of play, Somerset still in the lead here over Caldwell County, 2-0.
May is National Military Appreciation Month. The people of Penny Riley Electric salute the men and women of our military serving our country at Fort Campbell and around the world. President Thomas Jefferson said, "The 4 pillars of American prosperity are agriculture, manufacturing, commerce, and navigation. There is a 5th pillar, America's military, which helps make possible the freedom to enjoy all the others." This thought from Penny Riley Electric, where we do more than sell electricity. Penny Riley Electric, your cooperative past, present, and future.
Chances are you're on your way somewhere. And you're on your way somewhere at the same time McCafe is introducing a new menu of recrafted espresso drinks, including the iced caramel macchiato, sweet caramel, drizzled over smooth iced espresso. Now chances are you're on your way to McDonald's. Nothing comes before coffee. Get any small from our new line of recrafted espresso drinks. Cafe quality for just $2. A la carte only. Limited time only at participating McDonald's. Cannot be combined with any other offer or any combo meal.
And we're back here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark, the home of the Lexington Legends. And Grundy is back to the mound, having shaken off the ankle injury when he was hit by the pitch ball in the last inning. Doesn't look like it's taken any starch from what he's throwing on the mound. There goes the throw down to second. And Shane Burns will be stepping into the box. He'll lead it off for the Tigers here in the bottom of the fifth. And he'll be followed by Bryce Thomas and then Oliver Parker, Tate Van Hoosier, if anybody gets on.
Up to bat next for the Tigers. Number 10, Shane.
And Shane into the batter's box. Grundy's first pitch on the way is downstairs for ball one. And the next pitch on the way from Grundy is slashed.
There's a base hit.
The base hit into left field off the bat of Shane Burns.
There's a good start.
Caldwell County's first hit of the afternoon comes here in the bottom of the fifth. Caldwell County down 2-0. And we've got a courtesy runner, Cody Hoeb, running for Shane.
Also, courtesy runner, number 19, Cody Hoeb, there's the game.
And Bryce Thomas will be in the box for the Tigers. Looking down here at the third base coach, Coach Salins, now ready to hit. Hold the runner at first. The throw over to first is not in time.
Good to see that hit up there on the...
Oh, throw over first is really close this time. Oh, yeah. We cannot run ourselves out of an inning here. No. I mean, if
we need base runners.
This is not a daring contest.
No.
First pitch to Bryce is high for ball one. First pitch over there was not close. Second pitch was bang, bang.
It was.
And we got to have the next pitch over is no tag applied, but still too close for comfort for me. If I'm the first base coach, I'm going to take him down one step off that lead.
He's taking a good lead out there, and he's daring Grundy to throw it over there.
And the next pitch to Bryce is swung on and fouled back here to the backstop. Count evens to him at 1-1. Apparently not having any impact on the pitcher, Grundy. Working still.
Nice breeze blowing in here now.
After three throws over the first base, he's still obviously able to find the plate. The next pitch in is inside for ball two to Bryce Thomas.
If you notice, that wind is actually shifted and blowing in right about from right field to center field.
Yeah, almost straight in.
Almost straight in, yep.
Get one out of here now, you're going to have to rip it.
You're going to have to rip it.
And Grundy to the set position, to the plate.
Nice pitch.
On the outside corner for a call, strike two.
Boy, he can pull one out when he needs it too.
Yes. 2-2 the count. See what's if anything is on here. A lot of trash blowing around the park. The 2-2 pitch is lofted over here down the third base side, out of play. May not have to clean up the trash after the park tonight. The wind will blow it away. 2-2 the count to Bryce Thomas. Hullab, the runner at first. The next pitch in is Bryce keeping alive, fouling it back here to the screen.
Boy, maybe he can.
It'd be great to get a couple base runners on here.
It certainly would.
See how Somerset elects to play. Oliver, the next hitter up for the Tigers. The 2-2 pitch on the way to Bryce is fouled, staying alive. And they're asking.
He tipped that ball, yeah. I do believe.
It did look like he tipped the ball, and the home plate umpire going down to confer with the third base umpire.
What can he say about it?
Who was probably asleep. And I think they're going to rule a foul ball.
Wow.
Yeah. So how can you, I thought I heard the ding up here.
Well, and we got headphones.
Yes, exactly. Now the Somerset coach coming out to talk to the, asking why did he have to go down and appeal that play, I would think.
Well, you know, it's a tough job back there behind the plate, as you know.
And the reason I think you have to give the Somerset coach is, well, I thought one way, and I was asked to make the appeal. I did, and the third base umpire was convinced it was a foul ball. That's what it is. 2-2 the count to Bryce Thomas. The 2-2 pitch on the way is ripped foul down the first base line. Bryce hanging tough here, making Grundy throw a lot of pitches here. Still, the Tigers show no impact on wanting to run, which is all the more reason for Hull to kind of remain close to that bag and not get picked off.
That's right.
Quick throw to first, not in time.
Some of our colleagues in the press down there are getting suntans, and we're in the shade, Bob.
And the 2-2 pitch on the way, high to Bryce Thomas.
What an at-bat for Bryce.
Ball that Bryce did not bite on. Count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here for the Tigers in the bottom of the 5th, trying to make a little racket.
Yep, we need a racket.
Pull of the runner at first, and the throw to the plate, swung on and foul back here. And Bryce still continuing to hang tough here. A great at bat here for Bryce Thomas, probably now having seen 8-9 pitches, 4 or 5 foul balls, so maybe in the double digits by now. The 3-2 pitch on the way is swung on and fouled again.
He's working Grundy to death.
Yes. Imagine Mr. Grundy's tired of Mr. Thomas. 3-2 the count. Bryce hanging tough. Only way possibly maybe in the pitcher's mind to get him out is something off speed, because Bryce has these fastballs measured. Grundy from the stretch position to the plate, a little tap, foul, or fair to the, and Somerset steps on the bag at first and throws to second to get hold for a double play. How unique is that?
You don't see that one very often, Bob.
And the play for the second out goes from 3 to 6 for the second out.
Was that a 1-3-6?
Well, that was a 3 unassisted to
3 unassisted to 6,
and then 3 to 6 for the force, or for the tag.
For the tag, yeah.
First pitch in to Oliver Parker is a call, strike 1.
And those kind of double plays are just rally killers.
Yeah,
I mean, that just
that takes the sails out of your. Next pitch in is blow for ball 1. Gets past the catcher. Grundy with a little bit of luck at his back on that play. Ground ball right to the first baseman. Step on the bag. Sunny hot too, as you might say. Next pitch in to Oliver is on the outside corner for a call, strike 2. What looked to be promising about a minute ago is not looking so promising now.
That was
the 1-2 pitch to Oliver low for ball 2.
You know, and Bryce had such a great at bat, but boy, when you hit it right down there to the first baseman,
could have been a little bit late on that and gotten it into the hole between first and second, but not. So far, the God's not shining on us today.
Not right now.
The next pitch, swinging a foul off the catcher's mitt, maybe off his hand or something. He's hurting a little bit.
Yeah, he's shaking up just a little bit.
Bent over. Count still Oliver at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Tell you, that catching position is not for the faint of heart. You've really got to mind your P's and Q's back there, and you never know when that ball is going to fly back there and hit you on the shoulder.
And the Somerset trainer is out, and obviously it's
I didn't see where it got him. It's hard to see up here.
I'm sure it's where he got Yachty Molina yesterday.
Okay.
Probably in the groin area.
Okay. Yeah, that'll do it.
Still bent over, head on the ground.
Well, while we've got a second here.
Straightens up and stands up, and
he's going to shake it off, and that young man will stay in the game, Bob, looks like.
Walking around gingerly.
Well, there's not a game like it. Got a nice hand from the crowd as well. Two out here, Bob.
I think they're going to let him throw one, maybe, or maybe no, maybe not.
No, they're going to start right back.
So, Oliver, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The next pitch from Grundy coming in is low for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Caldwell County will go with their first hit in this inning. And the full count pitch on the way is outside for ball 4. Grundy wanted that but didn't get it. Kind of a little prance off the mound, which will endear him to the home plate umpire.
Yes. Grundy's pretty animated out there.
Yeah, you don't have to guess what he's
thinking.
Yeah, exactly. 2 outs here. The runner at first base is Oliver Parker, a threat to run. Tate Van Hooger in the batter's box, and the throw over to Oliver is he's back easily.
But not only is he animated, Bob, he's pitching a whale of a ball game.
So far, only surrendered 1 hit. First pitch to Tate is down at the knees for a call, strike 1. And the no ball, 1 strike pitch. Throw to first, not in time. Tate looking to get on base any way he can. On deck, John Davis. Next pitch to Tate.
Wow.
Is a little curveball for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Tate Van Hooger. The 0-2 pitch on the way is outside for ball 1. Oliver Parker, the runner at first base for the Tigers here. Getting a pretty good lead over there. Well, we may see some running here. The next pitch in to Tate, swung on and missed for strike 3. So the Tigers, once a start promising here in the bottom of the 5th, we get no runs on 1 hit. We leave 1 man on base. And at the end of 5 complete innings of play here in Lexington, Somerset 2, Caldwell County nothing.
Here's a reminder from your Princeton Electric Plant Board. Meter tampering is dangerous. Tampering with an electric meter is not only dangerous, it is dishonest and against the law. Stealing electricity by tampering with an electric meter may result in your arrest and can even risk your life. Tampering with meters results in increased utility bills that everyone has to pay. If you see anyone tampering with an electric meter, call the Princeton Electric Plant Board right away at 270-365-2031. Princeton Electric Plant Board, Princeton's #1 energy source.
Planters Bank, located at 208 North Jefferson Street, is locally owned and operated with a strong, sincere focus on customer service. Planters Bank has a diverse team of seasoned professionals in Western Kentucky and Clarksville, Tennessee. Since first opening their doors, Planters Bank has made a name for itself as an energetic player in the financial services market. Stop by and talk to the friendly folks at Planters and find out about the You Choose Rewards program. Planters Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
We're back here at the ballpark. 5 complete innings of play in the book. Top of the 6th coming up. Somerset with a 2-0 lead over the Caldwell County Tigers. For the Briar Jumpers here in the top of the 6th, it'll be their 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Caleb Wan, the first pitch into him is in there for a call, strike 1. Next pitch into him is fouled out of play. We'll get back into the seats. Shane ahead of him, no balls and 2 strikes. Juan will be followed by Gavin Stevens, the big hit in this game, a triple back in the 4th inning. The pitch on the way from Shane is a little bit high and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count to Caleb Juan. And the next pitch in is fouled over by the Somerset dugout. Cameron's back onto the playing field. Retrieved by Tate Van Oozer, and we're 1 ball and 2 strikes. The count. Shane wants a new ball. Umpire's checking it over. And we'll put it in his bag. Or remain in play.
I don't know how they're getting all these balls that are flying over the ceiling of this place.
I bet we've had 15, 20 balls leave the stadium.
Yeah.
Next pitch is on the inside corner for a call, strike 3.
That was an 86-mile-an-hour fastball, Bob, and good to see Shane ring up the first batter.
And a little bit of pounding situation by the Somerset. Now he's talking, looking back to the home plate umpire. So 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Into the box now, Gavin Stevens, who tripled. First pitch into him is a called strike. He is his triple back in the 4th inning, scored 1 run, and then he himself was driven in 1 batter later by single from Alex Ham. The long fly ball headed to Oliver Parker in right field. Oliver back by the wall, under it, and has it for the 2nd out. Ball hit a long way, probably in the 318-foot range. Oliver 1 step from the wall to make that catch. And with 2 outs here, actually only about 5 pitches have been thrown by Shane in this inning. 2 outs, and Ham on deck, or at the box, excuse me. First pitch to him is low outside for ball 1.
Oliver had to go back for that ball. It kind of got up there high. It was well hit, and not as easy as you think.
Next pitch in is something off a fastball, and Ham out in front, swinging and missing. Count evens to him at 1 ball and 1 strike. He singled his last time up, getting the 2nd run in for Somerset. Next pitch is a fly ball lofted out to Oliver in right field. He's under it and has it for the 3rd out.
Right fielder getting a little work, Bob.
Oliver with 2 putouts in that inning. And for Somerset, in the top of the 6th inning, they get no runs on no hits and nobody left on base. And at the end of 5 1/2 innings of play, it's Somerset 2, Caldwell County nothing.
At Morgan's Funeral Home, we're family owned and managed by people who care more about you.
What separates us from the rest is how much our people care.
During your most difficult hours, you deserve the most understanding and caring service available. That is what you get at Morgan's Funeral Home. That's what separates us from the rest. Morgan's Funeral Home, serving families for over 100 years.
At first glance, you may think we are only here to sell and service your vehicle, but did you know that Trice Hughes Incorporated also wants to buy your vehicle? You heard right. If you're currently trying to sell your vehicle, stop by for a fast and free appraisal. A clean title in hand will have you leaving with a check in just a matter of minutes. Still making payments on your vehicle? That's no problem either. We can guide you in that process also. Contact a salesperson today at 270-365-5522 or stop in Trice Hughes Incorporated today, 111 Highway 91 North in Princeton.
And we're back here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. There goes the throw down to second base. And I think we're going to have a pinch hitter for John Davis leading off the bottom of the 6th. And I think it's Cody Hullab will be getting the pinch hitting duties.
Well, Bob, now's the time for the Tigers to get a rally going as we head into these late innings.
We only have six more outs,
That's right.
as we like to say. And still on the mound for Somerset is Cade Grundy. Hullab looking in. First pitch on the way from Grundy is swung on and missed for strike 1.
And I really think if you had a story for today, it would be Mr. Grundy.
Oh, absolutely. He's, and only one inning where he got away from the Tigers, and that's after we got the first 2 outs. The next pitch is swung on and fouled up into the stands for strike 2.
There have been more balls back in the stands than I have in the outfield today.
And the 0-2 pitch to Hullab is outside for ball 1. By Grundy, I should say, to Hullab. And the 0-2 pitch, 1-2 pitch is low for ball 2.
I'm watching out in the Somerset bullpen. They've got if you watch he's a submariner. He's got an underhand delivery. You see him out there?
Yes,
The old Kent DeColvey thing kind of going.
Dan Quisenberry.
Yeah, Quisenberry, Gene Garber, those kind of guys.
2-2 pitch to Hullab is on the way. Swung on and fouled back here out of play up against one of the press box, or not the press box, but one of the suites, if you will, down the first base line.
Oh, man. Wearing them out.
Hullab hanging tough. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to him on the way is swung on and missed. Foul tip and held by the catcher.
Wow.
1 out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Number 2, Noah Brown.
And we're back around to Noah Brown. Grundy has 3, 5, 7, 8 strikeouts here into the 6th inning. Noah, first time up, grounded to the second baseman. First pitch into him is high and popped to the second baseman his last time. So Noah 0 for 2 today against Grundy, but put the ball in play twice. First pitch high, next pitch on the way is high again for ball 2. On deck will be Gabe East, followed by Jace Ryan Felker. Grundy winds at his next pitch on the way, swung on and missed for strike 1 by Noah Brown. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count to Noah Brown. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th for the Tigers. The next pitch in from Grundy is inside for ball 3. Pitch looked pretty close from here.
It certainly did.
With the headphones on, I can't hear. We're across the field from Somerset. 3-1 pitch is bounded to the third baseman. He's up. The long throw to first is in time for the nice play by the third baseman. And 2 outs for the Tigers here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Gabe East into the box. Gabe walked his first time and bounded back to the pitcher his last time up, officially 0 for 1, third plate appearance today for Gabe.
Bob, the Tigers are running out of outs, and the way Mr. Grundy's pitching, we're going to really need to get something going here.
We need what Earl Weaver liked was a 3-run bomb somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
And then the line drive to the second baseman off his glove, and Gabe will reach. I'm not sure.
I'd almost give him an error on that one, Bob.
Well,
it was hit hard, but he
do they? Let's see if the error goes up on the board out there.
See if they score it for us out there.
There's only 1 hit showing so far, but we'll leave this one undone until we know how they're going to score that one. It was a one hopper to him on the ground.
Yeah.
He should have fielded it.
Should have cleaned it.
And the next first pitch in to Jace Ryan Felker is outside for ball one.
If I was scoring it, I'd give him the E, but.
Well, they still have not decided what they want to do on that one. One ball, no strike to count to Jace Ryan Felker.
The good thing is we have a base runner.
Yes, and the next pitch in is at the knees for a call, strike one. And that's right. The good news is we have a base runner.
And one that can steal a base.
One ball, one strike to count to Jace Ryan. And the next pitch into him is low back to the screen. And there goes Gabe to second base, and he's there on a wild pitch.
So, Bob.
And still, we don't know what the official score has done on that. So.
But a hit scores Gabe.
Yes, anything in play to the outfield gets Gabe home. And the next pitch to Gabe is chopped foul at the plate.
So the Tigers want to claw back into this game. Now's the time.
Exactly.
Need a two-out hit.
Need a two-out hit and count now to Jace Ryan is 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I don't know if the scorekeeper is going to do it.
Well, we're going to give him an error of whatever because that ball should have been fielded. Jace Ryan, 1 ball, 2 strike. The next pitch to him is high for ball 2.
Jace working the count.
They have it.
They got it as 3, don't they?
Yeah, I have it as 2-2. We'll see.
Yeah, let's see if they change it.
Either the 2-2 or the 3-2 pitch on the way. Is ripped. It's going to get down. It's going to be a down.
Yes, sir.
And Jace Ryan pulls into second base.
He's going to go to third, Bob.
Yes.
The Tigers are in business.
Yes. Throw getting away from the outfielder.
The Tigers are in business.
And Dylan Gray.
Number 11, Dylan Gray.
RBI for Jace Ryan Felker on that double. Advancing to third on the error. Mound visit by the Somerset head coach, and the Tigers with a 2-out rally here have trimmed this lead in half. Now trail 2-1. Jace Ryan Felker, the runner at third base, having gotten there via the error. There should be, they still not going to give any errors, but that was an error on the throw from the left fielder.
Jace Ryan Felker on third base due to that error.
Yes, and now we're ready for play. Dylan Gray into the box. Any wild pitch, the first pitch on the way to Dylan is high for ball 1.
And Jace 90 feet away from tying this game up.
A base hit, and we're all even here. Next pitch in is on the outside corner for a call, strike 1.
It's been a fantastic baseball game, Bob.
It's been a well-played game and
great pitching, timely hitting.
1-1 pitch to Dylan is low into the dirt. Nice
good eye
by the catcher. Yes, and a great eye. And a better block. That ball gets past the catcher. We've got the tying run scoring on that. Tigers with a runner at third base. 2 outs here. Dylan Gray. 2 balls, 1 strike pitch on the way to him is outside for ball 3. Shane Burns on deck. Shane with the first hit of the day here for the Tigers.
And now you can sense some tenseness coming from the Somerset Briar Jumpers for the first time today.
Grundy walks back off the mound into the grass area. Now back on the rubber, the 3-1 pitch on the way is popped up. It's going to get out of place. Dylan Gray swinging on 3-1, which you like to see. If you don't swing on 3-1, if you see the ball, if you like the ball, you're timid at the plate.
Exactly,
count
Bob.
3-2, just like Bryce Thomas kept the count going a while ago. 3-2. Dylan is a guy that will keep the count going too. The next pitch to him is swung on and missed, but gets by the catcher. Catcher throw to first is in time for the out. But the Tigers get one run here in the bottom of the 6th inning on one hit. They leave one man on base, and at the end of 6 complete innings of play, Somerset 2, Caldwell County 1.
This is Holly Van Hooser with the Woodall Agency in Princeton, Kentucky. Are you wanting the best options that meet your needs? If so, call our friendly and professional agents who are just a phone call away at 365-5541 or visit our website woodallagency.com. We will give you a free quote for your home, auto, or even your business. We will get back with you on the best options that meet your needs. Our office is located at 110 West Washington Street. Call Woodall, y'all.
Caldwell Medical Center Sleep Lab offers diagnosis for a variety of sleep problems, including sleep apnea. 1 in every 5 Americans have significant sleep difficulties, which, when diagnosed properly, can be successfully treated. A few symptoms of sleep disorders include fatigue, morning headaches, impotence, frequent urination, irritability, memory loss, high blood pressure, and loud snoring. If you have some of these symptoms, we may be able to help you identify and treat them before they cause more serious health conditions. Caldwell Medical Center offers studies in lab and in your home depending on your insurance company's requirements. Call 270-365-0300 for more information.
And we're back here at the ballpark. Top of the 7th coming up here. And for Somerset, leading it off is their number 9 hitter, Cam Ryan. He has been a strikeout victim and reached on a fielder's choice. Shane back to the mound here for the 7th inning. First pitch in is at the knees for a call, strike 1. Next pitch from Shane on the way to the plate. Swung on and missed for strike 2.
Shane made quick work of the Briar Jumpers last inning.
And a few pitches, and the next pitch on the way, right down simple.
And he started, left off right where he left off last inning. And
one out here for the Briar Jumpers in the top of the 7th.
And Shane has pitched a really great game today as well.
9 strikeouts so far for Shane here in the ball game. And into the box is the leadoff hitter, Cade Grundy, flied to center field, called out on strikes, and reached being hit last time swinging. Back to Shane, underhand toss to Tate Van Hooser for the out at first. Play goes 1-3 for the second out. And quick work here. So far, only 4 pitches for Shane in this inning. 2 outs, and the third baseman, Chance Staten, coming to bat. Strikeout victim, singled and fly to center field on a great catch by Gabe East his last time up. Officially 1 for 3. He's in the box. Shane on the rubber. Into his wind, and the pitch on the way.
There it is.
Must have been a little bit high or a little bit outside. It was definitely chest high.
That's
1 ball, no strike. The count. The next pitch from Shane is really high this time.
Yeah, you can tell that one was high.
2-0. Shane has a sign into his line in the pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 1.
86-mile-an-hour fastball.
And the 2-1 pitch on the way. Swung and miss for strike 2.
I just give him doses of those. That's another one. I don't think he could catch up to it. He's been pretty far behind all of them.
He's a little bit late. He was the one that just about hit it over Gabe's head. The next one.
There it is.
Swung on and missed for strike 3.
Let's go, Tigers. We need a rally.
And for Somerset here in the top of the 7th. No runs on no hits, nobody left on base. And at the end of 6 1/2 innings of play, Somerset 2, Caldwell County 1.
This is Danny Patton with Farmers Bank and Trust Company. Our new Lane County branch is now open. Come in and see us for the same friendly service and the names and faces you know and trust to provide you with all your banking needs. We're now ready to serve you at 28 Commerce Street in Eddyville. Open Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 4, Fridays 8:30 to 5, and 9 to 12:30 on Saturdays. Stop by today and experience banking at its best at Farmers Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
And we're back here, the bottom of the 7th, looming for the Caldwell County Tigers. We have to get 1 to send this game into extra innings, or 2 to win it, and we've got the submariner in.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of looking forward to seeing him, and I don't know if our lineup has faced a guy like this, but I mean, he's a true.
We've seen a lot of games this year.
Side armor.
But we've not seen the Dan Quisenberry look.
And his is pretty, it's pretty traditional looking, isn't it?
Yeah, you wonder if he gets into a rut and can't throw a strike, how that might phase him. Shane is going to get the first look at him.
I mean, he's definitely a side honor.
Not anywhere as fast. Looking at those pitches in the mid-60s.
Yeah.
So this is one of those situations where we can, that one comes in at 70.
Yeah.
Where we can get the bat on the ball and possibly put it in play. And Grundy has gone to the shortstop position for Somerset. And Coach McGregor down to first base, Coach Stallings to third base.
Hope the Tigers, Bob, can rally here and take this into a later game this afternoon and early evening.
Absolutely. Whoops.
Oh, you're good.
And Shane Burns stepping in.
It's been a whale of a ball game.
And the first pitch.
Wow.
And an auspicious start. And you know we're going to get the courtesy runner.
That's a good start. You hate to see Shane get hit, but we got a base runner.
You might also see a little bit of nerves out here by the Somerset pitcher.
What if Shane's going to stay out there and run for himself? I don't know.
Well, here comes.
Yeah, there we go. I was hoping. That's Smiley. Logan Smiley.
Logan Smiley will be courtesy running.
Not that Shane's not very capable of running, but
well,
not you know, he's a pitcher.
He's also the tying run, and
right.
He's not as quick.
Needs some speed. Yeah, needs some speed.
Logan. So the strategy is.
Get your jackrabbit out there.
Yes, get the yeah. We'll worry about who, and you know we still may be going with Shane in the 8th inning.
That's right.
They're expecting bunt. First pitch into Bryce is called a strike at the knees. Somerset definitely expecting the bunt. Third baseman in on the grass. Bryce getting the sign from Coach Stallings. And the next pitch in from the Somerset hurler is fouled out of play back here.
That about made it back into that booth where a lot of your family's sitting back over there.
It bounced close to that particular. The pitcher is 55 for Somerset, and I'm looking for what his name is. John DeBoard is the submariner here. And his next pitch is a loop popped up. The third baseman's going to have a play on it and has it for the first out here.
And the next batter for the Tigers, number 8, Oliver Parker.
Tigers down to 2 outs here, Bob.
And Oliver Parker in the box for the Tigers. DeBoard on the mound. From the stretch position, they're still expecting bunt at third base here. The first pitch in Oliver is outside for ball one.
Smiley taking a nice lead out there, but not the way Gabe was taking a lead earlier.
Well, we really don't know if what kind of move.
Yeah, exactly.
The other pitcher had a good move.
Yeah.
DeBoard from the stretch position. The next pitch to Oliver is on the outside corner for a called strike one. And we see the third baseman backing up. So Somerset's convinced we're not bunting, and I'm convinced as well.
Yeah, I think so.
1-1 the count to Oliver Parker. DeBoard from the stretch to the plate. Swung on and fouled off the catcher's mitt for strike two. Tigers down to their final 2 outs. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Oliver Parker. Logan Smiley, your runner at first base, an average lead over there. And the next pitch to Oliver is low in the dirt, gets by, and Logan Smiley on his way to second base.
I tell you what.
Got him in scoring position.
I'm kind of glad we've seen the submariner, the side armor. It's been to our advantage thus far because he's hit a batsman, and now we've got a pass ball that has got the tying run in scoring position.
And Oliver with a 2 ball, 2 strike count. And the next pitch to him is just a little bit low. Somerset jumping up and down over the dugout.
They've got another pitcher up in their bullpen as well, Bob. I've got a feeling if Oliver makes it on, that might be the end of 55.
Well, we might see a pitching change. The next pitch into Oliver is foul back here to the screen. Oliver hanging tough. Probably seeing the ball quite well when it's coming up at you like that, as opposed to coming down a little bit.
Right. Yeah, because basically when he drops down like that, that ball's going to have to come up. It's not an over.
Exactly. The next pitch to Oliver is on the way and fouled again.
Man, Oliver just missed that one, I think.
We're getting some reps at him.
I'm going to zoom out here so that we can see Smiley over there at second. That way, if you're watching at home, there we go.
And DeBoard on the mound, still looking, and has a sign. And the next pitch on the way to Oliver Parker is low for ball.
There we go. The Tigers in business here with 1 out, Bob.
And Tate Van Hoosier stepping into the box. So far today, Tate hasn't fared well at the plate, but he's battling a new pitcher right now.
Tate seems to thrive in these situations.
Yes, and again, a different pitcher, a different set of circumstances, and bingo. Oliver, Parker, Logan Smiley, the runners. The first pitch from DeBoard to Van Hoosier's popped up. Will it get out of play? The catcher over and it drops. No catch made. Catcher was pretty close to it, but did not make the play. So strike 1 to Tate Van Hoosier. A little threat going here in the bottom of the 7th.
It's been a whale of a ball game. This is what you want. I mean, here it is, the last inning of the game. You're down by 1. You got 2 on.
And no ball, 1 strike count to Tate.
And a shaky pitcher.
And a little trouble for the Briar Jumpers. The next pitch to
That's a good pitch there.
Tate, yes, is taken for a call, strike 2. Tate in the hole now. No balls and 2 strikes, has got to battle, and this is where a pitcher can usually work on a batter, and Tate's got to be really disciplined here. The 0-2 pitch on the way to the plate by DeBoard is looped foul down the first base line. Hanging tough, Tate Van Hoosier.
He is.
And we see the right fielder playing him to hit that way.
Yes.
We might see some justice this year. Last year in this park, Tate had a shot down the first base line rule foul after it came down 6 feet fair. So maybe you can rip one down the first base line for some atonement. Next pitch to Tate is grounded foul down the third base line.
Now would be the time to do it.
Yes, he's hanging tough. And I'm not sure we're going to see any cute stuff from the Somerset pitcher. It's mano right now. No balls and 2 strikes. The count to Van Hooser. The next pitch on the way is swung on and missed for strike 1. Throw down to first base, trying to get the Oliver Parker, is not in time. Pretty close play down there.
That was. A little too close for comfort, actually. I don't know. Noah had gotten back to second. Oliver was almost to second base, and Noah was standing on it. But.
And so the last hope for the Tigers today, John Davis in the box for the Tigers. A base hit would be nice here. The first pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Coming around to the top of the lineup would be Noah Brown, the next hitter. Noah would definitely get his wax in. Well, the 1 ball, no strike pitch on the way to Davis is outside for ball 2.
That was a very good eye. Davis.
2 balls and no strikes to count to John Davis. Tying run at second base, the winning run at first base for the Tigers. The next pitch in is inside. Oh, call, strike 1 on the inside corner. Look low inside from here.
Boy, it did.
So now we've seen 3 pitches. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. And DeBoard from the stretch. And to the plate is in there for a call, strike 2.
Well, Davis has to be careful here.
John's made him throw strikes, but you'd like to see him get a lick at one of those, a swing, just to see what happens.
Davis done a good job watching him in.
And he's seen maybe this is the 2-2 pitch, and the pitch on the way is grounded to the third baseman. Throw to first is safe.
Yes!
Into the dirt, not handled by the first baseman.
And Davis hustling down the line there beats. I think if the first baseman fields that ball, he's probably out, Bob.
The first baseman has to come up with it. I think he would be out. So that's an error by the third baseman. And the Tigers have the bases loaded here.
Wow.
Put in play a key swing of the bat here by John Davis. Gets put in play. Always something good might happen. And we saw that in that instance. And Noah Brown, great bat control. A base hit now wins this game, Ty.
That's exactly right.
Because with 2 outs, anything in play, they're off and running.
Smiley and Parker both have good speed out there.
And especially Oliver at second. Oliver's a daredevil. The first pitch on the way to Noah Brown from DeBoard is at the knees for a call, strike 1. John Davis with a key ball in play. The third baseman backing up, had to make a long throw, short off the first baseman. He could not come up with it. That's a balk.
That is a balk.
He stumbled off the mound, and Coach Stallings is asking the third base umpire.
You're kidding. Here we go again.
We don't
call him anymore.
Do they not? And the 1-0 pitch to Noah is in there.
Man.
Noah now with the count of...
everybody in the stadium called that.
Yes. No balls and 2 strikes to Noah Brown.
There's a parent. Noah's mom's down there pacing.
And the next pitch in.
There it is. Ball. Oh!
catch out here made, line drive, catch into right center, nabbed by the Somerset right fielder, and Somerset is going to win this game on a great defensive play by the right fielder.
What a baseball game, though, Bob. Golly. What a baseball game.
That definitely would have won the game for the Tigers. Here in the bottom of the seventh, they get no runs on no hits. They leave the bases loaded.
Wow.
And Somerset comes away with a sparkling defensive play out there in right field by the right fielder. Diving catch of the ball, coming up with it cleanly. We certainly can't argue with that. And the Tigers lose it here at Somerset, to Somerset. Final here, Caldwell County losing to Somerset 2-1. And we'll be back after these messages for a wrap-up.
Fortner Gas Company is a full-service local and family-owned propane company offering services in Princeton, Cadiz, Madisonville, and Murray. Right now, Fortner Gas is offering specials on propane. Fortner Gas offers Holland and Napoleon grills, Dixie choppers, and they also have Red Max weed eaters. Contact Fortner Gas Company today for all of your residential, commercial, and agriculture propane needs. Fortner Gas Company, a family tradition of service since 1951.
May is Fiesta Month here at Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique. Hey, this is Pam Haverlock. May is a huge month of celebration. May Day, the Kentucky Derby, Cinco de Mayo, Mother's Day, graduation, and more. We love to celebrate. For the month of May, we are offering 15% off accessories and all signs. These are great gifts. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique is the perfect place to come for all your gift needs. Come to Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique and celebrate Fiesta Month. We are located at 235 Northfield Drive, right next to the bowling alley. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, everything a home should be.
Looking for some place to dine? Then look no further than Echo Charlie's at Eddy Creek Marina, ready to serve you breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Echo Charlie's is the perfect place for a delicious meal with a great atmosphere. This Friday's special is grilled salmon, Saturday the bone-in ribeye, and Sunday the Southwest salad. Don't forget to come on down Saturday night. Check out the Alonzo Pennington Band. Echo Charlie's is located on Lake Barkley at Eddy Creek Marina. Telephone 270-388-2271.
Now that tax season is over, Fredonia Valley Bank is saying full speed ahead for summer and the fun activities that go along with the warm days ahead. Fredonia Valley Bank knows that families want to enjoy life and make lasting memories together. Maybe you have thought about purchasing something for the summer that the whole family can enjoy together. Come by and see Fredonia Valley Bank. We help people every day with long terms that will work with their budget to help achieve certain possibilities you thought were not within your reach. After all, you've worked hard. Now's the time to reward yourself and your family with some fun and relaxation. Fredonia Valley Bank is your real community bank, waiting and willing to become the bank for all your needs. Visit us today at 602 Cassidy Avenue in Fredonia, 226 Commerce Street in Eddyville. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
And we're back here at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. The Tigers having a rally snuffed out here in the bottom of the seventh inning on a great running, diving catch by the Somerset right fielder to preserve the victory. That ball's down, and the Tigers win this game, but not to be the case here. Somerset prevailing here 2-1 in Lexington. A great pitching effort today by both pitchers. Shane Burns going 7 innings, giving up 2 runs, both earned, both coming in the the 4th inning. Shane with 9 strikeouts and 1 walk today. An equally impressive pitching performance by the Somerset freshman, Cade Grundy. Cade going 6 innings, giving up 1 run. It was earned. He had 9 strikeouts as well and gave up 2 walks. Shane also hit 1 batter today for the Briar Jumpers, and coming into the 7th inning and relieving and getting the save was John DeBoard. 1 inning, no runs, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and he will get the save here, but another 1.5 foot to the left of the right fielder, and we go home a winner in this game, Ty.
Yeah, it was. I tell you, they battled to the last, Bob, and that hit by potential hit by Noah Brown, I should say. I mean, he put the ball in play, he put it out in the field, but a great defensive play to end this thing. And it's just maybe about 3 more feet more over towards center field, and we would have possibly won this game.
Well, we definitely would have run it, because the runner, that's 2 outs, you're running on contact, and the center fielder could not have picked that ball up and thrown anybody out. Also today, Caldwell County only getting 2 hits, another example of the strong performance by the Somerset hurler, Cade Grundy. The 2 hits today by J. Strine Felker. That was a double driving in our only run of the game, a line shot into the left center field gap, and a single by Shane Burns in the 5th inning, when we had something that looked like it was going to be promising, and a double play wiped that particular chance out on a step on the bag, force out at first, and then a throw down to second for the tag play on a runner going from first to second on that play. So we had a couple chances today, just couldn't capitalize on them, and really the only chance that Somerset got, maybe had 2 chances, but they put 2 out rally together in the bottom of the 4th on a walk, a double, actually a triple scoring that run, and then a follow-up single. Somerset with only 5 hits today, so Shane was equally tough on them as Grundy was on us. But somebody has to win it and somebody has to lose it, and we are the ones that are in the background, so to speak, losing it today 2-1. So obviously that's going to be the only broadcasting that we'll do from Lexington today, Ty, and we appreciate the people who have joined us on stream. We would have been live on the radio had we won this game and gone on to the next game, but that's not going to happen this time. So again, the final score here from Whitaker Bank Ballpark in the first round here, 3rd game of the first round, Caldwell County losing to Somerset 2-1. Ty, any final comments? We don't know what we're going to be doing tomorrow. I don't know whether a game with Union is scheduled to be over there. I'm not sure what the girls' schedule is. So throughout the day tomorrow,
we will announce that. And if we have a home game probably tomorrow, we will probably just stay at home tomorrow. But here's the good thing, and just some final notes from me are, 2 great pitching performances today, two very good baseball teams. But I think Mr. Grundy was the story. Our ace on the mound, I don't know if he's their ace or not, but he certainly looked like it. But Shane Burns had nothing held his head. He had a great pitching performance as well. It's just baseball. Sometimes they get a few hits more, and that's what they did. But give the Tigers credit. Nice rally here at the end, and almost pulled this thing out. Positive note is there's more regular season baseball to play, and the Tigers are obviously going to be a formidable opponent for anybody coming up in the districts in the region. So that's what we have to turn our eyes to now.
And that's absolutely true. Caldwell County only going down to the 4th loss of the season to an excellent baseball team, and I would say that by far Somerset's top pitcher this year has to be their freshman Grundy. You can't play a second game up here if you don't win the first one. I think that was our strategy with Shane Burns today. So congratulations to Somerset. We'll look at our schedule tomorrow and see what happens for the rest of the week. And we'll just tune into the radio sometime tomorrow during the day, and you'll probably get that. But that's going to wrap it up here from Whitaker Bank Ballpark here in Lexington, Kentucky, where the Caldwell County bid to get to the finals again in the All-A State Tournament falls to Somerset here. Short in 7 innings, Caldwell County going down to a 2-1 defeat. And for Ty Englebright, this is Bob Hayes saying so long from Lexington, Kentucky.
Tiger Baseball has been brought to you by McDonald's, First Southern National Bank, Tri-Shoes Incorporated, Farmers Bank and Trust Company, Caldwell Medical Center, Fredonia Valley Bank, Doral Electric, Planters Bank, the Princeton Electric Plant Board, Echo Charlie's, the Woodall Agency, La Potosina Mexican Restaurant, Fortner Gas Company, and KFC A&W.